Hey there everybody, I'm Cosmo the Coder and welcome to my review of June's Humble Monthly Bundle. Now this month we were tantalised with Rocket League, and as you may already know if you watched my previous month's bundle review video, that I'm planning to give away this game. So stick around to the end of the video, or just fast forward about 10 minutes or so, and you'll actually get to the actual giveaway section of this video. But if you're going to stick around for the actual review, we'll actually get started on it, shall we? So 8 games this time, guys. First up, we have an early access game on Steam for $10.99 called The Forest. It's a survival horror game where you basically are the survivor of a jet crash, where you find yourself in a mysterious forest battling to stay alive against this whole society of cannibalistic mutants. You basically get to build and explore and craft pretty much everything and anything in this actual game. It's got some exceptionally good reviews on Steam. It's in the high 90s, but bear in mind that it is an early access game. It's actually still in alpha, so a lot of the features are still being developed upon or worked upon, and there's bound to be extra stuff coming along as and when it is built. But overall, the general sort of consensus is that it is a fairly good game, and will definitely one of the ones to watch for. So, not really my kind of cup of tea, but then I'm not really into the sort of survival horror open world sort of stuff. So, but definitely something to keep an eye on. Next up then is Planetary Annihilation Titans. Now, this is basically an expansion to the original Planetary Annihilation. It is $29.99 if you buy it in its entirety, or $10.99 if you already own Planetary Annihilation. It's a real-time strategy game that's actually made by the same people who made Total Annihilation and Supreme Commando, or at least a fair few of them. It's basically for a large-scale warfare game where you are able to control hundreds, if not thousands, of units across multiple planets in a bid to sort of wipe out your enemies across a multitude of different levels and different terrains and different planets. Basically, it's, as you can see, basically a load of robotic stuff. You basically build your bases, your units using commander units, and it literally has an awesome scale to it. It's generally well received on Steam. The original was heavily criticized for having a rather complicated and difficult tutorial, but overall, it's the Titans expansion is praised for actually improving upon the tutorial and improving sort of the general sort of play of it, because obviously if the game has a bad tutorial, then it doesn't make any real sense of, and you sort of lose the sort of the track of how to actually play the game. Generally speaking, the reviews on Steam basically mention a few bugs, and that most people are not quite happy that the game developers basically just built an expansion on the original game rather than actually fix the actual original game. But generally speaking, the game's quite well received, so it's definitely one to keep an eye out. And yes, I know the trailers for Planetary Annihilation are not for Titans, but it's the same sort of deal, and you get what it's about. Next up, a game that I actually saw some time ago, sort of being advertised, and looks quite fun. It's called Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. The premise is exceptionally simple, and that's someone waking up. You are basically in a room with a bomb that you must defuse as the time is ticking down. In order to defuse said bomb, you need to be able to look at a manual, which the idea is that your friends look at and give you guidance on how to defuse the bomb. The problem is that you're the only one that can see the bomb, and they are the only ones with the instructions. So it's basically a party game where you have to communicate with each other as quickly as possible in order to actually be able to defuse this bomb before it explodes. It has exceptionally high reviews on Steam, and by exceptionally I mean it was, from when I checked, it was 99% on the recent and 98% overall. So it says overwhelmingly positive down here, but seriously, I've never seen that high reviews on Steam for any game. But from the general sort of consensus, it was very difficult to find anything really wrong with the game that anybody really said. It's that simple and that straightforward that you can pick this game up quite easily and play it. The cool thing about it is that you only need one copy of the game. the other people can actually download the manual for free on the website, but so only the person playing the game needs a copy of the game. The only thing to bear in mind, though, is how you actually communicate with your team. You can obviously do it locally, but if you're going to do it over the internet, you need to actually use your own sort of chat system, whether it's going to be Skype or Discord or whatever your own thing. And obviously any delay in that kind of chat system has to be accounted for. But that's all technical stuff that you'll probably sort out yourselves if you actually play it. It's $10.99 on Steam, a nice game and a nice bundle. Can't really complain about that. Fourth up, we have a game that's sort of set in the Endless universe. If you had anything, I think Endless Space and Endless Legends is the two titles in the sort of Endless universe. It's basically a roguelike pixel art tower defense game, which is basically its rough sort of description, in which you play as a individual that was on board a prison starship that is attacked by a mysterious alien probe and crash lands on a very dangerous planet. And utilizing your skills, you have to basically build characters and traverse the world, or the dungeon if you want to call it that, whilst protecting the generator of the crash ship in an attempt to escape from the planet. As you progress through the game, you basically are able to recruit other survivors with varying different skills and utilize traps within the rooms as you find. It's got a sort of it has got elements of story within it, as you sort of find out the different sort of elements within the actual game, what elements about the planet that you're on and everything else. So it's a very it's got a lot of sort of content within the game, but it is a permadeath system. So you basically start the game with a character, you go through, and if you die, you start all over again. It's got procedurally generating environments, and it's quite well received. It's on Steam, as you can see. It's 79% with Metacritic, sort of 90-ish on Steam. Definitely worth a good look at, and especially at $8.99, not a bad price. Okay. Now I'm going to mispronounce this probably. Steriden, I don't know. Is this month's bundles sort of action space shoot 'em up game, which there always seems to be one within every single bundle. This one, I have to admit, looks pretty cool. It's a pixel art action shoot 'em up game where you basically fly your spaceship or starship. I never actually know, depending on if you go faster than light, isn't it, or something along those lines. Where you basically constantly battle against an endless supply of enemies, and you can, with multiple upgrades, both for your ship and for your weapons. So you essentially, as you saw there, you get drills, you get lasers, you get missiles, you get flamethrowers, you get pretty much all manner of destructive devices for utilizing aboard your ship. It's fairly well received. It's in the 80s on Steam. The general sort of feeling is that it's a good game, and it's constantly being expanded upon too. So new things are always being added to it. So maybe I'll add it to my list of things to try. Who knows? Granted, that list is exceptionally long, but we'll see how we go with that one. Not finally. Now, of course, we come to our game of the moment, Rocket League. Now, this is actually the trailer for the most recent update to do with the basketball game, because at the moment, the description basically of Rocket League is of soccer, but you now have the ability to play basketball as well. Sorry, there appears to be a dog right outside my baby's room somehow, and is barking away furiously, and I apologise for that distraction. Where was I? Right, Rocket League is basically a team-based game, either playing soccer or now, thanks to the recent update, basketball, where you basically have to knock the ball into the opponent's goal. It is so simple and straightforward. It's really easy to pick up. You get a large variety of cars and costumes to put on cars, hats especially. So you can customize your cars completely. You can change the paint job. You can do pretty much all kinds of different things that you would want to do to your car in Rocket League. It's a fun game, really easy to pick up. I strongly recommend you have a controller to play it, because it definitely needs one to be able to partake in all the moves and everything. As with all team-based games like this, there's a lot of sort of competitiveness, and a lot of people will complain if you let the team down. But overall, my advice is just have fun with it, because it's a lot of fun. I've played it played a bit of it. Lots of people play it. It's definitely an easy game to pick up and everything, and it's constantly being added to and updated. There are DLCs for which you have to pay for, granted, for like the Batmobile car and the DeLorean, but overall there's a plenty of content to be getting on with, and considering the game is $14.99 on Steam, it's not that bad. It's pretty damn good for the price. It's high reviews as well, very positive on Steam, 93%, 86 on Metacritic. You can't go wrong with the game, to be honest with you. Next up is a game that is a bit difficult to review because it's not actually on Steam yet. It's not actually released until Tuesday, the 7th. But it essentially looks like a game that's sort of a very cartoony, zany look at Fallout. It's an action RPG first-person shooter where the end of the world has happened, and basically all the people that are left are all stupid people trying to basically cling to life, and whilst drinking radioactive beer. It's by Adult Swim, so you can imagine it's obviously kind of a rather, shall we say, idiotic look on life, but generally speaking it looks quite fun. But beyond that, I can't really say much more than that. Oh, and instead of bottle caps, the currency is toilet paper, apparently, because of course in the post-apocalyptic world, what's most important is toilet paper. Last up, we have a game that is the Humble original. It's basically a game made by the same people who made what's it called, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse and the DuckTales remastering. You essentially play a cat girl. I'm sorry, I just heard the sound through my headphones. You basically play a cat girl, and I think her name is Kabuku or something along those lines, and her assistant called Squiggle. And you have to basically utilize a variety of different game elements, as you saw, sort of bubble matching and dance moves, RPG elements, to take on various enemies and take various enemies that have escaped from some sort of prison and take them out and recapture them. It looks completely bonkers, to be honest with you. So, and I'm not exactly going to start playing it immediately, but in general it looks fairly interesting. As usual, it's a Humble original, so we'll see how it comes out, shall we? That's the damn monitor again. Right, there we go. Now, that's pretty much it for the bundle, guys. Next month's sort of tantalizer is Hurt World, which is another early access multiplayer survival sandbox sandbox game with crafting. It's $18.99 on Steam. I'm not going to give you much more than that because I'll actually review it properly in next month's bundle. But in general, that's the general sort of gist of what that game is. As always, I'm not going to go out and get it straight away, but we'll see what the kind of reviews are next month. Right, so if you've held on this long and you're now chomping at the bit, I will now get to when it comes up. Show you bugger. There you are, competition time. Right, now if you've been holding on, waiting to see how to enter for the competition to win Rocket League, here we go. It's extremely simple, and I'll show you in just a minute. But as I said, it's not just Rocket League I'll be giving away, but 2 other games. So you get Rocket League, South Park: The Stick of Truth, and Shadows of Mordor: The Game of the Year edition. Now these are just some keys that I had sort of laying around, and I'd rather they go to someone who actually will want them and possibly play them, or at least use them in their own means. To enter it is extremely simple, and I'll show you straight in just a sec. There we go. And that's not what I want. Where's that gone? Right, there we go. I'll get rid of this now so you can actually see what I'm talking about. So, in order to enter the competition, all you have to do is, on this YouTube video, open up the description at the bottom and go right to the bottom, and you'll find a link to this Gleam competition. Now, I don't necessarily like using these because I think they kind of inflate social media in an unorganic way. But realistically, this seems to be the most secure way of entering a competition. No, it's not really a competition, it's a giveaway, isn't it? Entering a giveaway where it basically makes sure that I don't get your contact information necessarily and you don't get mine. Not that I don't want to talk to you guys, but you know, security is security. So, as I said, you get a chance to win 3 Steam keys for PC only. It might be for Mac as well, I don't know, because it depends on how the Steam keys work. The general terms and conditions are that I'm supplying the keys as is. They haven't been claimed by me. They should work properly. They should work, fingers crossed. And unless there's some sort of regional lockout for you guys, because that does happen in certain countries, they should be quite easy and open for you to use. They are yours to do with as you wish as well. So if you do own one or more of the games already, then it's down to you what you want to do with them. I don't want them back. I won't use them. So it's that simple. Now, I've given you a multitude of ways to enter. There are basically 4 ways to enter, which you can enter either using your YouTube account, Twitch, Twitter, or Facebook, and you'll all get one entry. You can log in, as it says up here, with this, but you still need to enter with those accounts. Now, to add, shall we say, to social media stuff, and I'm under no illusions, you're completely welcome to subscribe, full entry, and then unsubscribe because you don't want to continue to be subscribed. I'm not under any illusions that you may want to actually stick around, but if you do, great. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel and get an extra entry, follow me on Twitch and get an extra entry, and follow me on Twitter and get an extra entry. Now, in general, I don't spam a lot, I don't tweet a lot, I don't release loads of videos. If I'm going to, and in general, I'm fairly quiet on social media, so don't expect me to sort of be telling you what I have for breakfast every morning, but at the same time, I'll just tweet stuff that I'm actually interested in. So in general, that's how you can enter the competition. You've got 30 days in which to enter from June 4th, and the competition closes midnight June 5th. So basically till the end of July 5th to the end, and you've got till the end of July 4th to enter, based on GMT or British Summertime or whatever we're on. Now, why is it open that long? Well, the next bundle is out on July 1st, which is the first Friday of July. Unfortunately, I'm going to a wedding July 2nd, which effectively means that I won't actually be here in front of my computer to actually do the review video, because I do it the Saturday after it's released. I won't actually be back until the very late July 3rd, and I won't be actually able to do my bundle review video until at least July 5th. So that's why the competition is open till the end of July 4th, because I have to actually push a button which will select the winner, and hopefully I'll be able to contact them from then on, and then I'll be actually able to do July's Humble Monthly Bundle, and if there's a Humble Bundle released on July 5th as well, because it's a Tuesday, I'll be reviewing that as well. So there you have it, guys. Basically, you've got 30 days starting from June 4th. If you're trying to enter anytime after July 4th, 2016, then you basically haven't got hope in hell. That's basically as straightforward and as simple as I can make it. Right. So, as always, thank you for watching, guys. Like I said, and that's not supposed to be that small. Let's fit that screen. Shows I checked this earlier. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more stuff. I will be back next month, albeit a little later than usual, for July's Humble Monthly Bundle. And also check out my other channel for all my other videos, including reviews of Humble Weekly Bundles or Fortnightly Bundles, whatever you want to call them, and general gaming, playing through gaming videos. Thanks for watching, guys. This took actually one whole take to do. It was actually extremely technically difficult, and as you saw, there was a few little blips here and there, but I got there in the end. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.